So the other day, I was by myself and I was looking at a video that someone had posted. It was like a short on YouTube. And I just had the biggest belly laugh, like those ones that just start down from the bottom of your feet and they kind of take over and you're like shaking and it just feels so amazing. It feels so great. Like I'm smiling thinking about it because it it's just one of those laughs that you always like look forward to, or maybe sometimes you don't even know you need it until it happens. And it just kind of stirred something up up within me because I think I've felt very I mean, I'm sure a lot of people have felt this way. So maybe I'm just kind of tapping into it. It's just I've felt that things in the world, friendships, relationships, you know, our jobs, the things that we do day to day, like everything has just been feeling really dull. The conversations online are feeling really dull. You know, the things that we consume just feel very okay, but they're not bringing in that just that joy, that something, for me, I'll tell you a little bit about what it was, but basically it was this creator was showing her different hairstyles from when she was younger. And she has very curly hair, which I totally understand because my hair is naturally curly. And she was talking about her mom, being trying to like style her hair when she was younger. And she was just showing the different ones. And she showed this last one that it just took me out. Like, it just took me out. And but the point of that is, life is just so it's waiting for us to laugh at the absurdity. It's waiting for us to laugh at like the beauty, as cliche as that might sound, but it's waiting for us to like engage with it. And even though I've had laughs like that before with friends, but this just felt like one of those ones that just kind of woke me up. I was like by myself looking at this thing. I was totally taken off guard, and it kind of, for some reason, that laughter, that just laying there holding my belly, just laughing at how absurd it was that this hairstyle that she had and that she was sharing it with us. It was so innocent and so pure. And like, it made me think about this is what life is about. This is what friendship is about. And life is about experiencing these things with other people. And that laughter, it really, again, it just shook me out of what I've been feeling and seeing online about things just being, I don't know. I've just noticed things just being so pessimistic, maybe even like nihilistic. And there's been a lot of like, we don't need relationships, we don't need friendships. And, everybody's got the ick, and there's, do what you can do it yourself. And, it's like, it's uncool to care, and I think that self help, while it's been great, it's been amazing for me. I've been someone who lean way too much into relationships and into what, friends have thought instead of like using my own intuition, using my own ideas. I think that's great to be able to like really develop a strong sense of self, but I do think we've gone too far. Like everything, it needs to self-correct. So self-help has gone way too far, in my opinion. It's gone too far to one side, and now I think we've lost the ability to appreciate what friendship and what being in relationship with people, no matter the nature of the relationship, being in relationship with people can do to our lives. And, I really think that laughing like that just made me realize that, yeah, life is meant to be shared with other people. There's meant to be laughter. You're meant to laugh at the absurdity of it, even when things are crazy, which they are. No matter where you are in the world listening to this, things are probably crazy where you're at. And I think it's our job to laugh at it and to say, you know what? am going to create something that makes life worth living, right? And I don't think it's about doing it by ourselves at all. We can't consume our way to happiness. And I think as much as I love watching, things on YouTube, I have actually personally gotten off social media, like outside of like YouTube and things like that. I've gotten off of social media and it's been it was hard. It was really, really, really hard for the first, year, especially. I've been off for like a little over 2 years now, maybe 2.5 years. And I know a lot of people are kind of doing that digital detox and rethinking how they use social media in their lives. And it really wasn't bringing me the kind of joy that I wanted to have, even though it was actually me being online and looking at someone sharing something that made me laugh like that. But it really just connected me to the fact that I I have had those experiences with other people, and I know that there are people who are like, "Man, I've never experienced that with someone else." And my what I would say to that is that's even more reason to keep going and to strive for connection. And like, I think this is just kind of a little bit of a off the cuff rant because I I was questioning why I was even trying to make this. What do people care about friendship, And I think that laughter just made me realize that I want to be able to do that for other people. I want to be able to connect them to people, hopefully in real life, but if it starts online, fine. And I want to be able to connect people to that laughter, to being able to have people to laugh at the absurdity of life with. It's not about how much we can buy. Buying stuff is great. I like to buy stuff. I like to have nice things, but that's not what's going to bring life to life, so to speak. That's not what's going to kind of get us out of this pessimistic just vacuum that we've gotten into, especially online. And so I'll just wrap it up by saying my wish to you is that you have a belly laugh like that, whether it's this holiday season or, sometime in the near future or today when you're listening, because it's worth it. I think friendships are worth it. And I think that is what is going to bring us out of this dullness that life has been lately. So thanks for listening to the little rant, and I will be back soon with a new series. Bye, everyone.